sometimes in the NBA season, they're called the dog days. Is this one of those times?
It's always. They're always this time of year, right before All-Star break. You know, you can't see the end, but just the body rhythm and everything is telling you that there's a lull. Every year I've been in the league, it's kind of that year, so we got to do everything we can, whether it's different or try to, spice it up a little bit just to make sure we kind of get through it. But I don't know if you really ever get through it. It's human nature, and you just see it throughout the league.
What's your feel of the team, you think?
Well, I don't know. You have to ask them. I don't feel anything, but again, as a coach, you know that if there's a lack of focus or lack of energy or whatever, there's things you have to fight against at this time of year.
You've got some experience playing these guys without Wall twice this year. What does Shootaround different brings? More Beal?
Well, more Beal. It definitely gives you more Beal. But again, their shooters are shooting the ball really well around them. They're 7-6 without Wall. They do a good job. And their only issue is they've lost against bad teams. They've played good teams well. So again, in my experience too, Doug, anytime a team doesn't have their star player, somebody steps up, and that's the nature of the league, and I expect that tonight.
In the short term, especially.
No question.
With
energy. Look what Detroit did to Cleveland the other night. They had half their team decimated. So that's human nature, and again, you just have to keep that mindset of no matter who's out there, you got to go play your game.
Dwane, Jonas has been on his best stretch of the season over the last 7 to 10 games. What's gone into him kind of finding that groove right now?
Well, again, he's maturing. Sherm is nothing special. It's just experience more than anything else. I think he's in great condition, better condition than he was. Knowing how to pace himself, getting a rhythm of NBA season, which has helped his conditioning, understanding the speed of who he's going against, the tempo of the game, the speed he has to play with, and his reaction time is so much better now. So I think all those things put together has helped him, and still, there's a lot of room for growth for him because he's still a relatively young guy in our league.
Jumping back to your first question there about just the dog days. Is it different, do you feel, this year as well with the trade deadline being before All-Star, with that only being a week away, and that's on everybody's mind?
No, I don't think so. I don't sense that at all. I haven't seen any guys naming trade rumors, so there shouldn't be a feeling toward that. And again, this is the NBA. Anybody can be traded. Anybody can be fired in this league. So nothing should surprise you or get you angst up that something is about to happen, because that could happen at any time. So our league that's what a competitive natured competitive league is about, change. And so we should be mature enough to understand that and handle that.
Do you have any sense, Dwane, or any reasoning why it seems like this year so many different injuries, especially lately? Between Kevin Love and John Wall, and Robertson, and
star players. It's a lot of guys like that. And, there's years like that. It just seems like there's a rash of star players. I don't know why, but it's unfortunate for our league because there seems to be a lot of injuries, going on right now, and major injuries, whether it's breaks or knee surgeries or Achilles or whatever. So, there's times that just happens, Eric.
We seem to be talking about the league as a brotherhood, and guys, yesterday you lost one of the rest of the brothers. It seemed to resonate more than most.
Because of who he was. I just saw him when he was in LA a couple of times. Seemed like every gym I went to this summer in LA, he was working out, thinking about coming back. And then our last conversation was about coaching. He's wanting to get in coaching. We didn't have any spots in Toronto, but that was his goal, was to get into being him. And I thought he would be an excellent, because believe it or not, he was an excellent mentor for DeMar DeRozan. He went against him in practice, made it tough for him in practice. and he was a godsend for us. You know, when he was with us in our first few years, I thought he helped make DeMar tougher, and just gone way too soon. Him and his wife, and my condolences, my family, our team, to him and his family goes out, because he was a wonderful young man, pure heart.
Yeah, it seems like everybody from every team he played on, 8 or 9 of them.
That's why he was, no question. That's why people felt the way he did, because he was genuine. There was no fake about him whatsoever. He was a genuinely good person, and he looked you in the eye, talked to you, shook. You know, he said what he meant and meant what he said.
I mean, how did you find out of his passing?
Matter of fact, I was listening to Sirius Radio on the way to the airport, and I almost started crying. And so, you know, again, it's you know, just one of those things. Is just a vibrant person that we lose at this early age in his life.